everyone. I hope you guys are doing well. Today I want to talk about your soul planet, which is your Atmakarka. So this is a concept in Vedic astrology, more specifically Jaimini. So Atma means soul, Karka means significator. So just as Venus would be the Karka for beauty, romance, creativity, art, pleasures, all this kind of stuff, that this is going to show what is the Karka of your soul, the significator of your soul. So with that being said, this is by no means a original video or anything like that. There has been many videos done on this. However, I felt really pulled to do this video today because I think that we know ourselves the best, right? By the way, it is an invaluable, very valuable, precious experience to have a very knowledgeable astrologer to look at your chart and to explain things to you, to get to know yourself better. And by the way, I recommend Bridget Love. I'm sure you guys have already heard of her. She's an amazing Vedic astrologer and numerologist and a great friend of mine. So you guys, if you want to check her out, she has a YouTube channel. I believe she's overbooked right now, but you can sign up for her wait list if you like. Anyways, regardless of that. So it's a great experience. However, if you want to get to know yourself better, you know yourself the best, right? So if you look at your birth chart, you try to get to understand yourself better. I think it has a rippling effect. I think it has a ripple effect rather. And it, gives you this compassion and understanding for other people by doing that for yourself. And it might even have an effect of causing peace. I don't know. Who knows? Here's to my, over optimistic way of thinking. But it gives you more patience and understanding for other people and compassion and kindness and all that good stuff. So I think it's a great tool to have, is to look at your chart and get to know yourself better. Anyways, I'm not editing this video, so I might repeat myself. Regardless, so yeah, go check out all the other great videos here on YouTube by wonderful astrologers on this topic. There's many different things you could do with your Atmakarka, in divisional charts you can use to take a look at different things. Vedic astrology has more than one chart, which is interesting. Concept as well that we might or may not get into. I don't know. I'm not fully knowledgeable enough to be able to talk about it confidently just yet. But, I'm very interested in it. So with that being said, I also want to say that, your sun sign doesn't define you. Shocking. So when you go from tropical, Western to sidereal, Vedic, you might experience some changes in your chart. Now, either one works for you is fine. In fact, I'm going to leave two different calculators down in the comment section down below, which you can calculate your chart with. One is Vedic tropical Vedic, and the other one is sidereal Vedic. Now, believe it or not, there are Vedic astrologers that use tropical signs, and so and it works well for them. They have a lot of success in doing that. So there is, really no way that I'm pushing, but I do want to say that it honestly pleases me to no extent to look at my Western tropical chart because I do have Jupiter exalted. And it gives me such pleasure. However, if I have to be real with myself, okay, I feel that the sidereal can show more of my challenges, which I have to work with, and energies that I have to integrate and understand and work with, and all this kind of stuff. So I personally right now am using sidereal Vedic. But again, I'm going to leave both down below. Now, your Atmakarka, okay, Atma signifies your soul. Karka is your significator. So this signifies who you are. And it can pose some difficulties or obstacles, but we have to always strive to achieve this, right? Now, in every lifetime, do we achieve our purpose? No, and that is why we come back. And the reason why you have come back this time can be seen by your Atmakarka. So yeah, it's a really interesting tidbit, very easy to find rather. So I want you guys to go find it. in your chart, and what you're going to do is you're going to put all your details, right? Your birthplace, your birth location, your birth time, your birth date, all this kind of stuff, and then pull up your chart. Doesn't matter, you can use either. And when you find it, when it comes up, find the planet that holds the highest degree. This is your Atmakarka. Now, in Vedic astrology, we do not use the outer planets, so Neptune, Uranus, and Pluto. We'll see you later. Is not included right now. Within the 7 planets, what is the planet that holds the highest degree? Do not count Rahu or Ketu. This is your south or north node either. Do not count those, okay? Now, when you find it, come back to this video and I'll let you know some stuff. But it's important to note that one area of your chart should not and will not define who you are and cannot be used to predict anything. So keep that in mind, okay? This is just like a microscopic area of your blueprint, your soul's blueprint, your chart, and you have to zoom out and look at the whole thing and study it, okay? But yeah, I thought, right now I want to kind of talk about this to just get a better understanding of yourself that's causing an effect of trying to understand other people as well. It's also important to look at what house it's sitting in, which we won't be talking about today, but depending on how this video does, I might talk about it in the future, but obviously, like I said, there's other videos on it. You want to look at the house that it's sitting in, what it's aspecting, what sign it's in. I'll meet you back here when you find out your Atmakarka, planet with the highest degree. Alright, so people who have Sun as their Atmakarka, these are people who are natural leaders. These are people who shine, that are full of vitality and health and confidence. These are people who have a lot of motivational type of energy. This is why like a lot of people are attracted to the Sun in Atmakarka, because it's just you want to be around that warmth, and these are people who are very, very magnetic. These are people who should put themselves out there in a very healthy way, right? And you should really strive to be the best version of yourself and show the best version of yourself to the world, because you do have an effect on other people, great effect, right? You want to make sure they're positive effect on other people. Now, the spiritual lesson that the Sun and Atmakarka people have come here to experience is self-confidence, and having self-confidence and having a healthy ego, okay? Not in a way that may destroy other people or to push other people down, but creating that self-love and confidence, and thus exuding it and affecting other people with a healthy relationship with yourself and your ego. It's important to not let ego get in the way, but to embrace the love that you have for yourself, okay? Learn the powerful energy that you have, and to know that you should not feel that you have to control everything, but everything has meaning, and everything sort of happens for a reason, okay? That you don't have to outshine. You can share that light with other people. All right. Okay, so people who are born with Moon as their Atmakarka are people who are so nurturing, people who are intuitive, people who are creative, they're very kind, okay? There are people who work well with other people, and understanding emotions and energies and the subconscious or the unconscious world, okay? So the Moon people are excellent at doing this. However, at the same time, you absorb energies very easily, okay? So you want to make sure your home environment is one that is very nurturing and relaxing for yourself. Because you're very, very sensitive, you feel a lot of these energies. You have to make sure that you're, at the end of the day, where you come home to is a relaxing environment. And, you are an empath, so you have to make sure the energies you're surrounding yourself with are not detrimental, that are actually uplifting and that can help you, okay, succeed. So the other thing is with the Moon people, because they're so kind and they feel the energies of other people very easily. You know, when people are in pain or they're distressed or they're sad or whatever, you want to go and comfort them, right? But your spiritual lesson is, okay, that's great to do that for other people, but make sure you're giving that love back to yourself, and also understanding what are true valuable relationships in your life. So what is real love? Is real love something that you have to continue to give and you get nothing back in return? Or like, you know, is it even that? Or is it just, is it, you know, a mutual relationship, a healthy relationship? Is true love? What is true love? What the heck is true love? You have come here to learn that and experience that. You have to strive towards it, right? And understanding true meaningful connections, okay? Not the ones that I feel you have to continue to please the other person. It's good to love other people and give love to other people. This comes naturally to you, but understanding what is healthiness involved in relationships, right? And being comfortable to receive. Moon people, Moon in Atmakarka, or Atmakarka, Moon is their Atmakarka. Sorry, there's a plane that flew by and I lost my train of thought. Are people who need to learn to receive. You know, you're so used to giving that sometimes, you know, you might feel guilty for receiving. So your soul, your spiritual lesson is to learn how to receive, right? Learn how to receive. And you know, understanding moments of unhappiness. It is okay to feel unhappy at times. You do not always have to put on a face for other people, or always, you know, try to be this good and kind person. You already are, okay? Even if you might be going through hardships, it's okay. Understanding what is unhappiness, what is it trying to teach me? What do I have to learn from it? That is what the Atmakarka Moon people have to learn as a spiritual lesson. Okay, all right, so if you have Mercury as your Atmakarka, these are people, you guys are very intelligent, very adaptable in many different situations. So you might have, you know, different interests here. You might be interested in food and spirituality. You might have some friends over here that you only talk about, you know, traveling with, and you got friends over here that you talk about decoration. I don't know, like home decoration, home renovation. I don't know what it is. Like, you are very adaptable, okay? And you are extremely intelligent, and your mind is constantly working. These are people who are great at communicating in many different forms. So not just like yapping away talking, but also by writing, by communicating with music, with art, on social media, right? Listen, you guys are very, very intelligent, and so you guys can use this to teach other people, and you can dissect situations, get really, really analytical, like break it all apart and try to understand the core of things. And so your mind is very active, and you're very curious about things, and your soul has come here to seek situations that are mentally stimulating, right? And those that are not might be very boring for you. Like the situations that don't stimulate your mind may be like snooze, boring, or whatever. But you know, understand you don't have to know everything. Okay, the Mercury Atmakarka people might want to know the secrets of the world and everything and how everything works, but understand there is beauty in uncertainty. There is beauty in not knowing. Also, there's beauty in being the receiving end of someone talking, letting the other person speak. By the way, I'm not saying that you talk over people by any means. I'm not saying that, but I'm more so saying that by letting other people talk, by letting the other people communicate or speak, it might enrich your soul by learning from this person, from that person, blah blah blah, you know. But also I think because your mind is working constantly, you might be interested, or you might gain a lot of peace from meditating. Okay, these are people who need meditation. All of us need it, but for you guys, you need that moment to have this like brain dump, okay? You know, you go on your like desktop in your computer or whatever, and after a while you need to organize your desktop, right? You know those people who have like, you know, 10,000 notifications or unread emails on their phone, and it has like a little bubble, and it says like 2,562, and I'm like, how do you I know people like that in my life. Their Makarga is probably Mercury. I don't know, who knows, probably not. It's not going to define like that, but I think that you need a brain dump. Okay, you need a brain dump, and meditation can help you with that, to quiet your mind, to find peace within your mind, and to not let your mind overtake you. And always speak honestly. Always speak honestly. This is not to say you guys are liars or anything like that. It's just when you speak, always speak, from your heart, with honesty, with integrity. Okay, this is what you have come here to experience. So there is beauty in the unknown. There is beauty in not knowing, and in also just listening, and letting your mind take a rest once in a while, and express and teach other people what what your wisdom, or what to be true intellectually, because you know a lot. You're very, very smart. Okay. All right. So if you have Venus as your Makarka, me too. We are people who love luxury, who love beauty, who love art, sensuality, pleasures of all kinds, including sex, art and food and creativity, and this feminine energy that we possess, right? Now, our spiritual lesson, what we have come here to do, is to express yourself creatively in everything that you do. When you're cooking in the kitchen, when you're talking, when you, whatever, what you decide to wear. All right. And finding beauty in everything. We've come here to do that. Now, it is important, though, to not, I would say for Venus at Makarka, to go with instant pleasure. All right, or an instant answer. If we're going through a hardship, we might try to reach for the easiest solution or the fastest solution. We might cling on to people for instant satisfaction, okay, casual sex or what have you, or like food. Now, this is not a blanket statement for all Venus at Makarka, but I know for me, food, my relationship with food is something that I need to work on, right? When I'm stressed, when I'm sad, any kind of emotion, when I'm happy, food, right? So, not for instant gratification, but to really understand the beauty of things that are more of the inner beauty, right? Connecting with the meaningful, the side of the inner beauty, rather. So not to be addicted to situations, substances, people, and having a healthy relationship with people, having a healthy relationship with yourself, honoring self-care, and understanding that these pleasures come and can be experienced even better because it's kind of like a weekend, right? This might be like a dumb example, but it's kind of like a weekend. Now, the weekend is so juicy and wonderful and just pleasurable because we get to sleep in. 5 days of the week, this is just an example, 5 days of the week, we have to get up at a certain time. We have to wake up to an alarm clock. We can't just go do what we want. We have to go to work. That is why the weekend is so celebrated, right? And now with what's happening in the world, it's like, what day of the week is it? For some people, not all of us. I know a lot of people have to work and stick to whatever, but it's like, and I'm just like, wait, is it the weekend or is it the day of, So what I'm trying to get at here is that those beauty and sensuality and beautiful, wonderful connections can be felt because there are other things and responsibilities we have and stick to. So basically, not always going for the fastest and the most pleasurable option, to not give yourself away freely to other people, but connecting with the inner beauty of situations and people, not just lust. Okay. Now, if young Anza knew this, she wouldn't have made a lot of mistakes that she made. So maybe, you know, understanding that, you know, genuine connections are important, genuine beauty. Okay. Avoiding excessiveness, avoiding addictive patterns is very important for your spiritual lesson. Understanding what true desires, what is your soul really desiring? Not just what it wants right now, but what it really wants. It may not come easy, it may not come fast, but it is something that we really want. We're going to try to get it, right? That is what Venus in Atmakarka has come here to learn. All right, so if you guys have Mars as your Atmakarka, you guys are powerful. You take initiative, you have such motivation, you don't let anything get in your way, okay? You smoke out your enemies and obstacles, and you always rise to the top, okay? So you are someone who has so much passion and drive and energy that you can utilize for the good of yourself and for the good of humanity. So what comes to mind for me is like Dalai Lama. So he took that Mars energy and he used it to be a peaceful warrior. I think there's a book called Way of the Peaceful Warrior that I read ages ago that I need to pick back up again. But it's something like that. So use that passion, drive, and energy, and sometimes anger towards something in a peaceful way, not in an aggressive way, to make a difference, all right? To use it to strive for success in your life. And I think that you guys are going to be able to find such success in your life if you can transmute and channel that energy for something greater. And you know, the other way of looking at it is that anger is not a bad energy. A lot of people would say anger is bad, or especially in like shallow spirituality, they will try to diminish anger, or they have a negative connotation to it. But in fact, anger is a very important emotion within us. It teaches us what doesn't sit right with us, what is not cool with us. That's not cool, okay? It's not cool. I'm angry. It kind of like lights something within me. It tells me that I'm not okay with it. So it's important to analyze why this thing angers you, right? Not just somebody like cutting you off on the freeway. It's like you flip them off. I'm kidding. This is like me. You don't want to get in a car with me. I'm kidding. I'm a very I'm actually kind of a slow driver. Maybe that's why people cut me off. I don't know. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is, you know, use that anger that you have, channel that into something great that's going to make a difference in your life as well as a difference in other people's life. And it's not good, to suppress it, because it can have detrimental effects. You know, it can affect our mental health, our emotional health, our physical health. So express it in a way that's going to give you that benefit, okay? One way Mars people can get a lot of benefit from is by doing yoga or some kind of sports. Competitive sports is good too. You're expressing that in a healthy way, that competitive energy, right? So that or yoga. Okay, yoga could be very helpful for you guys. So I recommend that. So above all, your spiritual lesson here on life is the things that I mentioned earlier, but as well as understanding patience and to motivate others with the passion that you have. All right. All right, so for those of you guys who have Jupiter as their Atmakarka, you guys are wise. It's as if you were born inherently with some type of wisdom and knowledge. You guys are very spiritually connected. You're, intelligent and wise, as stated earlier. You might be interested in religion, different cultures, traveling, philosophy, understanding the truth of things, and finding meaning in everything, right? But your spiritual lesson, what you have come here to experience, is to be a teacher, to guide other people with your wisdom. However, understanding that, you cannot change the opinion or beliefs of other people. You have to teach in a way that is not preachy. You have to teach in a way that has compassion and understanding for other people and to inspire other people by that beautiful energy that you possess. So also remember that you will be an eternal student, okay? A teacher appears when the student appears. What are they saying? I forgot it. But basically, there is a saying like that. The teacher appears when the student is ready. So understand that, there are moments that you're going to guide other people, teach other people, but do so in a very understanding, compassionate way, not in a way to try to convert or change other people's minds. And be that student yourself, okay? Remain curious. Understanding what other people have to say, you gain, it enriches yourself, and it turns into wisdom as well. Also, part of your spiritual lesson is to have a good and healthy relationship with your father, with your spouse, and with your children, provided you can help it, because Jupiter does signify those things. All right. So let's say Saturn is your Atmakarka. You guys are so dedicated. You know what hard dedication means, commitment means, concentration means. You guys know what responsibility means, okay? So this is very, very valuable. A lot of times people look at Saturn in a way that wherever it's placed in your chart, you might be scared of it. But it's important to note that Saturn, delays, right? Delays, but it does not take away. Okay. So you guys also might be people who blossom later on in age. So the latter half of your life, maybe certain things might be restricted. I mean, I know what that is like. Okay. So, I feel you. So this is the energy where, it makes you kind of ask you what you are dedicated in, what you are committed enough to overcome these obstacles, to finally taste that sweet, 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 sweet nectar, okay, after hard work, after hard obstacles that you might face. So, in fact, because you may have experienced these things early on in your life or in your life in general, it makes you someone who can be very understanding for people that are facing this currently. So a lot of people might confide in you, or maybe feel like they're understood because of the simple fact that you know what pain is, you know what loneliness is, you know what hard work and dedication is, okay? You know what commitment is. So these are people who can be one of the most kind, compassionate people because they've experienced all these things. They know what pain is. You know what I'm saying? So in fact, your spiritual lesson is to heal other people, okay, that are going through these things, because you know what it's like to embrace loneliness. Don't look at it in a way that you are lonely, but that you are independent, that you can overcome anything in your life. So this incredible understanding and kindness and compassion that you have for other people that are facing obstacles in their life can be a very healing energy for other people. And as you heal that within yourself, you can be a great guide for other people, okay? So like I stated earlier, Saturn signifies old age, so certain things might feel restricted until a point in your life, but it's not taking and taking and taking from you, okay? It is waiting to give you something. So look at it in that way, that it is building you up for success, for that sweet, sweet success, okay, and happiness, that your life is not doomed, or that your life is not just misery and loss. In fact, it's here to prepare you for this beautiful moment and prepare you to be this incredible healer for other people, okay? So understand to remain flexible. This is sort of a rigid energy, so don't get too caught up or rigid or strict on yourself or other people or situations. Remain flexible, whatever life provides you, right? It's just preparing you for that moment, okay? Thank you so much for watching. Bye.